Hey guys, today we have another Latarjet update coming up. Let's go. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dylan. Today I will be giving you an update on my Latarjet surgery. We are post-surgery week 9. We have passed the 9-week mark. That is super nice. Lots of things that I want to share. And just remember that the chapters are in the video description. So if you want to switch between the chapters, that is possible. Okay, so first things first, I want to say thank you to all the people who have been reaching out to me through Instagram, YouTube, email. Thank you so much. I deeply appreciate your kind words. It always gives me like that extra bump of motivation. So I'm super grateful for that. And I also want to say that I'm really open for communication. So feel free to reach out to me through Instagram. I will try to do my best to respond as fast as possible. Thank you once again. I love you guys. Let's go. I also want to refer to the Google form that I have added since last video. Thank you to all the people who have filled in this Google form. I received lots of reactions, so I'm super grateful for that. And by saying this, I just want to encourage you, also the people who have filled in the form already, I want to encourage you to fill in the form again, because I'm trying to gather lots of statistics, lots of information from people who had the surgery. By gathering all this information and statistics, I want to make videos in the future and combine all these statistics together so I can provide valuable information for people who are doing the surgery or who are planning to do the surgery. So once again, I want to encourage you to fill it in one more time. Thank you guys. I also want to give a quick update related to the Latarjet surgery that I have. I suffered some nerve damage. If you have no idea what I'm speaking about, feel free to watch the videos that I'm putting up here somewhere above. I want to give you a quick update. I have a second opinion coming up in January, the 12th of January. I'm going to see a different surgeon in a different part of Belgium. That is something positive. But I also have even a better story that I want to share. My physio basically gave me a name of one of the best shoulder surgeons in Belgium, and I tried to contact him to get an appointment. Of course, he has a long waiting list, and I was calling with his secretary, and I tried to explain my situation, that it is urgent, that I'm struggling, and she basically told me that I can try to send him an email, and maybe if he thinks that it is important, that he will get back to me and maybe get an appointment earlier. And so I sent him an email. I got some help from ChatGPT, but I was able to explain my situation very clear. And after a few days, I did not receive any email at all. So I thought that maybe he was like, skipping it or ignoring it because he has so many clients and probably lots of important things to do. But one day, early in the morning, I received a call and I could see that they were calling from that specific city. So I thought it was his secretary, and I took the phone and it was the surgeon himself. So that guy was calling me, and for me that was shocking already because I just thought that his secretary would call me. But he was calling me and he told me like, "Hey man, look, I read your email, I watched your MRIs, and yesterday I sat together with a colleague. He's a neurologist, and he told me like, look, I can give you an appointment next week, which is basically tomorrow. So the 24th of December, I'm going to that city to see a neurologist, and that guy is really focused on nerves and also the plexus brachialis. So that's the thing that I'm dealing with probably. So yeah, it made my day. It made my day. I had to cry that day because I was in shock that that guy was calling me himself, and I was super grateful that I could get an appointment within a week. So for me, that was something that made my day. It's also something positive to end my year. So I'm super grateful for that. And of course, I will give you guys an update on the results tomorrow with the surgeons. But I have good hopes, I have faith, and I think that is the most important thing. So I just want to say that I have been receiving some DMs and emails of people who are struggling with the mental part, fears, insecurities, doubts, frustration, all these kinds of mental things. And I want to say, first of all, that you are not alone because I'm going through that myself as well. But I feel that I just want to focus a little bit on these things because, the mental part is as tough as the physical part. And I just want to give you some tips that I'm applying myself to my own process. And I hope that it somehow may help you too. And please remember, guys, that we have chosen for short-term pain because we want long-term gain. We are playing the long game, meaning that right now we are choosing to set ourselves aside for a while, but in the long run, we will have pleasure because we will have no more dislocations. It will be nice, but right now we have to go through some shit. And so some tips that I want to share is, first of all, progression is not linear. meaning that it is not always going up. It's like in waves. It is a bumpy road. So some days you will feel that you are improving a lot, and other days you will feel like you're stuck and that maybe you're even decreasing. And that is just normal. I'm having this myself, and of course I have this nerve damage, but this is not something very different, you know. I'm still making progression in terms of range of motion, also in terms of strength. So I just see that it is in ups and downs. But if you look back in the long term, you will see that you are progressing. And that is the most important thing that you have to remember. Take it easy, take it step by step. And even, you know, if you're a soccer player or a boxer or a swimmer, you also have good and bad days. And that is the same with this rehab. So remember, it is not linear, it is in ups and downs. Then the second tip that I want to give is that we should not compare ourselves to somebody else. And I'm going to give an example of myself. I had contact with a guy from India. He had his surgery on the same day as I had. And I asked him to send me some videos of his range of motion. And he was perfectly able to, you know, to raise his arm. He was able to do all this movement, you know, and I'm not even able to raise my arm. And of course, this is because of the nerve damage. But, you know, for me, it would be stupid if I compare myself to him, even if I didn't have the nerve damage. Everybody is different. Every healing progression is also different. So don't try to compare yourself to somebody else, because it is just not a smart thing to do. Remember that. Tip number 3 is focus on what you can do. We are not able to do lots of things, but we are definitely able to do some things. Related to the Latarjet surgery, we are able to do some exercises. So try to focus on the things that you can do, but also in your free time. You know, it is not easy if you are not able to do what you love, you know, in terms of sports or whatever it is. But there are some things that you can do. For example, I love to go to the sauna. I love to walk. Right now, I'm also focusing on running. So my advice would be to myself, if I have to do it again, that just try to focus on the things that you can do, and, you know, be grateful for the little wins that you have, because you will see that there is progression, there are little improvements, and you have to celebrate those. And I also want to say, and that's tip number 4, that fear is normal. You know, it's normal to be afraid to move your body. It's normal that you are afraid if you feel something, and you will feel stuff, but just remember that we are relearning to trust the body. Something intense has happened to our arm, to our shoulder, and we just need time to adjust and relearn to trust the body. So fear is pretty normal. Tip number 5, and this is super important, the rehab is not only physical, it is also mental. Patience, calmness, self-compassion, all these things are super important. All these things are mental. This war is fought in the head, in the mind. So try to calm yourself. Try to find peace within this chaos. And it is not easy, but just remember that it's not only physical, it is also a very big part mentally that we are doing. And also know that pain doesn't mean damage. It's pretty normal that you have pain also while you are doing the rehab, while you are doing exercises. Pain doesn't mean that it is broken or damaged. It is just a part of this healing process. Remember that. And as I said previously, we are playing the long-term game. We have chosen for short-term pain and long-term gain, meaning that it will take time to heal, but in the long term, we will have a new and a better shoulder without any dislocations. You have to focus on that. We are doing this for a specific reason, and it will work out in the long term. Within a few months, we will be healed. We are back on track, and we are able to do the things that we love to do without having to think all the time about dislocations or subdislocations. And it is okay to feel frustrated. You don't have to be positive all the time. I'm having this myself. You can acknowledge that you feel like shit, that you are afraid, that you just want to do what you love to do. But also know that while having these negative emotions, that is also very important that you switch back to that positive mindset. Mindset is key and will definitely impact your healing. So if you feel bad, acknowledge it. You can feel like shit, but then try to change your mindset in something positive. And also remember that consistency beats intensity. And this is something that I'm dealing with myself. I feel like when I'm doing exercises, I just want to do more heavy, more sets, more reps, but that is not the way to go. It is about consistency and just improving those little things, and over time, you will have big results. That is very big for me. And last but not least, just remember that this will end. This phase in our life will end. This chapter of our book, it will end. In a few months, we are back on track. We are into rehab. We are improving, and yeah, everything will be all right. It is not forever. It is not permanently. It is just an episode in our life story. And guys, by the way, if you like this video, I would appreciate if you can give me like a thumbs up. It is free and it gives me that extra bump of motivation. And of course, if you want to follow along in this journey of rehab, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Okay guys, and to just share a little bit more about my own story, I just want to say that my main struggle in life right now is obviously the nerve damage. This has been very confronting for me. It has been an emotional roller coaster because it's all about not knowing, lots of question marks, still not knowing what is coming. It has been tough. I have to be honest that I have been very sad. I also have been crying, obviously, but I am not giving up. I just want to refer back to the tips that I gave earlier. I'm going to the physio, I'm going to the gym, I'm doing my exercises with ups and downs. I feel good, I feel bad, but I'm consistent and I'm trying to celebrate the little wins. I am improving in range of motion, I am improving in strength, but there are just some muscles that are not working. And yeah, I'm not able to lift my arm. There is improvement though, so I can force it, but then I'm compensating with my traps. But I can do it, meaning that there is improvement. So I have no idea what is coming, but I have good hopes and I have faith that everything will be all right. So I think that is the most important thing for me right now. And I cannot believe and accept that I have this for the rest of my life. I rebuke that idea, I stand my ground and I believe that I'm just healing like you are. And then the part of the surgeon who made an appointment for me with his colleague neurologist, I have to say that really it made my day. I was in shock. I was very emotional, super grateful, and I think that I'm going to write him a letter or give him a present. No idea, but for me, that little thing made my day and gave me much more hope. So that is super nice. And I don't know what it is for you, but I feel that there is a lot of support from my friends and family. Of course, for me, it is hard if everybody is asking all the time, like, how are you doing with the arm? How is the nerve damage? So I don't try to talk too much about it because I just think sometimes it's a waste of time. I want to focus on positivity and not always, always remember what I'm going through. But yeah, I feel that there's lots of support and I'm super grateful for that. And I also want to say that, I feel lots of support by you guys. And I don't know you personally. I think that some of you, I'm getting to know you and I'm super grateful for the messages that I have been receiving. And I just want to say once again, thank you for the support because it does help me. It's nice that I can spend my time doing something like this because I'm tracking my own progression, but I also see that some people like these kinds of videos. So for me, this is also a form of support, and I just want to say thank you for that. I am going through the same thing like you. It is different, but it is the same, and I feel like that we are somehow connected. We are sharing something special, and I was even thinking a few days ago like that it would be funny to have like this meetup with all the people who have Latarjet surgery and come together and just have a talk, with some tea or coffee, and all together sitting in a sling and sharing how we feel and sharing our range of motion. I thought that was funny, but if it would be possible, I would definitely do it. The only thing is that we are just from different parts of the world, and that would be insane to organize, but I thought it was funny. So just remember once again that you are not alone and that you're always welcome to reach out to me through Instagram. I also want to speak about my plans for 2026. And first of all, I want to speak about YouTube. It is my intention to continue to grow this channel. I want to provide valuable information for people who are planning to do the Latarjet surgery. I will be using all the data from the Google Forms and make videos, to just give a better idea of what they can expect from this surgery. I also think it's very interesting on how this channel is growing because I thought that this is a very specific niche. I did not expect this channel to grow at the pace that it is growing. I'm super grateful for that. I'm just going to try to grow this channel, updating my edit skills, updating my gear, and hopefully I can make something nice of this. And lastly, I want to say that I'm also planning to expand this channel, meaning that I will not only be speaking about Latarjet, but that I also will speak about other things in my life, like traveling or my faith, just lots of things that I want to speak about, but I will take this step by step, of course. The main focus will be this healing progression related to Latarjet and nerve damage, but I also feel that I just want to expand in other things. And so next to the YouTube plans, I also have my personal plans, more specific physical plans. And so of course, number one is fully healing from this nerve damage and Latarjet surgery. Once again, I have good hopes and faith that everything will be all right in the long term. So that is something positive. Right now, I also have decided to focus on running. Normally, I was training for high rocks. I have no idea if you know what high rocks is. I will try to add some footage over here. So I was training with my girlfriend to go to Finland in May to do this high rocks together. But of course, with his nerve damage, this is not going to happen. But I have chosen to focus on running. So I have some running goals. I will try to run half a marathon next year and also a full marathon. And by the end of January, I have a VO2 and lactate test. So I'm going to test myself and check in which zone that I can run, you know, also with the heartbeat and stuff. So I'm not a super great runner, but I definitely want to improve my running because that is what I can do right now. And that's what I'm going to focus on. I'm doing this in a hospital where I go for rehab, and they do these lactate and VO2 tests with great soccer players. So it's very professional, and I'm really looking forward to that experience. And once again, I will definitely make a video of that. I think it's super interesting to track just statistics and data, and by that get a training schedule and just improve. And so next to the physical goals, I'm also enrolled in 2 courses. I have a 2-year postgraduate in psychology, which is super nice. And then I have a 4 years degree in Charis Bible College. This is a Christian school. It's a Bible school. And this is something international. I think it has its roots in America, but it has many countries where they are active. So yeah, I think this is super nice because Jesus and God, you know, the Bible, all these things, it is my passion. It is also what I cling myself to, like in this process with the nerve damage. I'm trusting, I'm having faith. And so, yeah, this is also something I'm trying to accomplish within the coming years. And now I have time to study. So that is something positive about my situation. And as you can see, I am still focused on my goals. I'm still trying to accomplish something, to work towards something. And I hope that you are doing the same. I hope that you can be at your house or wherever you are, even in this process of rehab, and just think about what it is that you are going to do after this rehab, after this healing. Don't let yourself down. Try to focus on what is coming. Try to focus on the goals. You know, chasing a goal is super nice. And of course, it's not all about chasing goals, but having a goal in mind, working towards something, it definitely can spark some extra motivation, some extra drive. And maybe this is a little tip that I can give to you. Take a piece of paper and write down what you are going to accomplish in 2026, even with the injury. And remember that healing is also the goal, you know? So this is also part of the goals, to just focus on the healing process. Eating well, sleeping well, focusing on good people, whatever it is to feel good, whatever it is to cope and deal with the fear and the stress, focus on those things and remember that everything is going to be all right. Okay, and last thing that I want to speak about is the footage from the physio. I have been receiving DMs of people who want to see more footage of me doing exercises in the physio. So to make a long story short, in a few days, I will upload a new video on YouTube. And in this video, I will be sharing physio footage. So it will be probably like, I don't know, 10 to 20 or even 30 minutes. For some people, this will be boring, but apparently some people want to see some exercises that they might implement in their own rehab. So just so you know, in a few days, I will put this online. So stay tuned. I will do my best to make it as good as possible. So guys, thank you for watching. Wherever you are, know that you are not alone. Know that you are stronger than you think, and give it a few months. In a few months, we are back on track doing the things that we love to do. I send you my love. I send you my blessings. All the power. God bless. See you soon. Take care. Ciao.